One possible big exception. You know, the first line of your biography is probably going to be first African-American president.
Yeah.
The heart of your promise when you first burst on the national scene, bringing everyone together. And you look now, and most African-Americans think we've gone backwards on race relations over the last 8 years. What do you say to that?
I am absolutely convinced that race relations on the whole are actually better now than they were 20 years. Yes, but we have greater awareness of where we're falling short than we used to. Let's just take the example of community police relations. I mean, the truth of the matter is that the problem of police shootings and reactions in the community, George, you and I are about the same age. I think you remember what happened in Los Angeles after Rodney King. I think you remember what the divisions that happened after the O.J. trial. I think you were... The notion that somehow any of that is new isn't the case. What is true, though, is now we've got a bunch of videos that, whatever side of the issue you're on, raises the temperature on these issues and makes people really focused and trying to figure out what exactly is this. And I think that is a healthy thing. I'm not so out of touch that I don't see how young people interact today. And
that horrific Facebook Live video yesterday.
Well, it was horrific. It's not as if that's the first time that a hate crime has taken place in this country. Hate crimes have been taking place for hundreds of years in this country, but it's there on video. Seeing cruelty and callousness of that sort from young people is heartbreaking. And so naturally, if you see a video like that, you're going to say to yourself, my God, this is horrible. And rightfully so. But that allows us then to talk about how do we break free from those kinds of attitudes. During the course of my presidency, crime has been the lowest it's been probably since the 60s. But you wouldn't know it if you were watching TV or looking at the internet. And you certainly wouldn't know it listening to this past campaign. There are some exceptions, Chicago, my hometown in particular. But overall in the country, this is a much safer place than it used to be. And so we have to recognize we've got some big problems on race, just like we got still big problems on crime, just like we've got big problems on just about everything. But we also have to make sure that we draw confidence from the progress that we have made, because otherwise you get into this cycle of cynicism. And you get into unrealistic expectations where you think that, well, we're going to eliminate racism like that. After Obama's elected, how could there be any racism? You know, that was never a realistic expectation.
I have one final question.